In the top of the first, David Need threw 19 pitches. He's going to throw only 45 today, and this was the 19th.
And this was the best one of the group. It struck out Barry Bonds to end the inning. High fastball, and on the 0-2 count, Bonds probably thinking that he is going to come in with a pitch, and Need throws it out of the strike zone, and Bonds comes up empty. You'd think it would be Matt Williams that would strike out, not a Barry Bonds. And you see the pitches, 14 strikes and 4 balls. And sometimes that can be a little bit deceiving. Some of those strikes can be good pitches to hit, and we saw the Giants hit some balls pretty hard.
Robbie Thompson will lead off the top of the second. And he looks at a call strike.
Now, Robbie has always been considered in San Francisco the heart and soul of the ball club. Many people felt that would be Will Clark. And, of course, what Will does is very important. Robbie, a guy that is more of a leader than Will Clark.
And it's outside. Robbie sporting the beard.
A beard, yes.
And he takes the cut and he misses. 2-2 the count to Robbie Thompson.
See Dusty Baker alongside of him, Bobby Bonds.
And the 2-2 pitch, and he fouls it back.
You talk about Clark and Thompson. Clark leading more by example. Thompson a little bit more verbal in the clubhouse. And he's a solid player.
Thompson, leadoff hitter. We're in the top of the second. Giants up 1-0. Fly ball, center field. Cole moves over, and he makes the play. This year, Coors Literacy Pass It On program will help tens of thousands of adults learn how to read. To be a volunteer tutor or to find out how you can help with literacy skills, call the Coors Literacy Hotline, 1-800-626-4601. And here's Royce Clayton, the shortstop. And he fouls it off. Needs settling down a little more in the second inning.
Take a look at Royce Clayton. For a young man, he has a big swing. And if you have a big swing, you can usually pitch to hitters, and you can pitch them inside.
And this one's fouled off.
But you're right about Need. It just looks like coming out in the second inning, he was just a little bit more comfortable out there.
Well, we talked to him yesterday, after practice. He was anxious to get started.
He really was.
Yes. He said, I don't have the control that I had at this time last year, but, he was anxious to get on the mound and let's get going.
And you're talking about a young man that has been followed around quite a lot by the media since he arrived in the middle of February.
And the 0-2 pitch. He comes high with the changeup.
But
he handles it well, though.
He really does. He says all the right things. He wants people to know that he is not a finished product, and he's going to improve.
And the 1-2 pitch, and it's outside. 2-2. Told me last night at the big reception that last year when he found out that he was going to be selected as one of the members of the World Series team, he said my heart was just going, just took off like a motorboat. He said I was so excited. So I didn't get in it, but I said, oh, that excitement. Tatum makes the play at third and throws him out. And we've got 2 down. And that'll bring up the catcher, Jim McNamara.
Interesting note about McNamara. McNamara was drafted in the expansion draft by the Florida Marlins. They did not protect him in the minor league draft, and the Giants drafted him back. Well, some of the guys were asking him what it was like to be on an expansion team. He wasn't on it for more than a couple of days.
Just a passing fancy.
Yes.
1-0 the count to McNamara. Strike call. And he comes low, and the count is 2-1. With 2 away, nobody on. We're in the top of the second. In the top of the first, Willie McGee with a triple and Will Clark with a double. And the RBI and the Giants up 1-0. Deep down the line in right field. And McNamara will head for second. And he has a stand-up double.
Come on, buddy. There we go.
And that is the third hit off of David Need. We'll take a look at it.
And all 3 hits have been for extra bases. Inside part of the plate, Jim McNamara will open up his hips and drive it right down the right field line. That's a home run swing, and it ends up a double.
And with 2 out, McNamara on his second. Here's the pitcher, Buddy Black.
And he can hit a little bit. Do not let those numbers fool you.
Outside corner and a call strike. And it's foul. 0-2 the count to Buddy Black. What an absolutely gorgeous day to open spring training.
Just a slight breeze, just enough to keep you comfortable under beautiful skies. Beautiful, except if you're playing the infield or the outfield, then it can be tough.
And this is fouled off. They call it a high sky. We mentioned it in the opening. You know, what is the problem?
No depth. You'd like to see a little layer of clouds or a few clouds. You can see some in the background. And that'll give you something to judge those pop-ups and fly balls with.
2 away, the 0-2 pitch. And he fouls this one out.
Fan stuck his hat out to try to catch it, and the ball went through the hat. There he is right there. He's trying to fix it. Joe Girardi never saw this ball. Watch how he looks to his right, and the ball is to his left.
And the umpire was following. And the pitch at the plate is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Buddy Black with 2 away, and Jim McNamara the runner at second. And a little check swing dribbler, and Young will throw him out, and that will retire the side. No runs on a hit. 1 man left. We're in the middle of the second. The Giants lead it 1-0.
Got it.
Domino's Pizza is doing something special for you and the Colorado Rockies. Call Domino's now and order your Rocky Special. A large, delicious one-item pizza of your choice for only $9.99. Delivered free to your door, piping hot. With each Rocky Special, Domino's will donate a portion of the sale to the Colorado Rockies Youth Foundation. You'll hit a home run every time with the Domino's Pizza Rocky Special. Get in the game. Call your neighborhood Domino's now.
This is Colt and Sundance, and your Chrysler Plymouth dealers got hundreds in stock. So during the biggest little car blowout, they're priced to sell. Colt, a top 10 best import buy. Great little car, great big rebate, or low APR financing. Sundance with airbag, around 10 grand. Now with a $1,000 rebate or low APR financing. Little prices, big deals. Only at the biggest little car blowout. Only at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
Why use Valvoline Motor Oil? For their race cars and their own cars, Valvoline is the #1 choice of race mechanics, from Indy 500 to Daytona 500 to NHRA to Baja to SCCA.
We move to the bottom of the second inning. The Giants on top by a score of 1-0. And here in the bottom of the second for the Colorado Rockies, Andres Galarraga, the first baseman, Braulio Castillo, the right fielder, and Jim Tatum, the third baseman. And here is Andres Galarraga to lead it off, bottom of the second. Big Cat.
Big Cat. They call him that because of the way he moves around at first base. He's pretty quick.
Buddy Black on the mound for the Giants. He retired this side. Cole, Young, and Clark in the bottom of the first, and he got him on a total of 6 pitches.
Right now, Galarraga having a tough time waiting, staying back. Bud Black is not going to throw the ball by you. And Galarraga is just a little bit out in front.
7 years major league experience. And it's high. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Galarraga as he leads off the bottom of the second inning here at High Corbett Field in Tucson, Arizona. Black comes high and inside, and the count evens at 2-2. Come visit your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer, where you'll find great deals on the hottest lineup for '93 during the biggest little car blowout. It's going on right now. And the 2-2 pitch. And he pops it up. Shallow center field. Lewis comes in, makes the play. Braulio Castillo, the right fielder, is up next. And a week ago, you would have said he would not be starting this ball.
Indeed. Dante Bichette is suffering from a little soreness
In the right hand. And he swings at the first pitch. Clayton, the shortstop, throws him out. And very quickly, we've got 2 away.
You figure something would have to be wrong with Bichette for him to miss a guy like Bud Black.
And also, Jim Tatum, who will come to the plate with 2 away, is not scheduled to start.
Well, of course, we mentioned earlier about Charlie Hayes, and then a guy that could be playing behind Charlie Hayes, Nelson Liriano. He injured himself. He broke a bone in his foot. So Jim Tatum with the opportunity. Don Baylor even talked about him a little bit, saying that this is a chance for Jim Tatum.
And of course, the Denver fans remember Jim with the Zephyrs. He had .329, 19 home runs, 101 RBIs, the MVP of the American Association. And the count is 1-1 to Tatum.
Now, those are sweet numbers. I don't care what league you play in. If you can put those numbers up, somebody's going to take a look at you.
And he has the first hit of the ball game for the Colorado Rockies. And Don Baylor told us, you know, that there would be 2 to 3 players that you didn't expect that would come through in spring training.
And this might be one of them. A high fastball that Tatum fights it off and drives it up the middle for a base hit. That ball is also taken by the umpire and thrown into the Rockies dugout. That'll be saved.
And here's the catcher, Joe Girardi. Right after we did our opening sequence and we were walking past the dugout, he was coming out of the dugout. He said, "Are you nervous?" We said, "Sure. Are you nervous?" He says, "I sure am."
And we were glad to hear that.
Yes. 1-0 the count to Girardi. An academic All-America at Northwestern with a degree in industrial engineering.
And of course, the thrill for him is be playing right there in Chicago, where he went to school.
And it's fouled. 2-1 to count.
The Rockies drafted Joe Girardi because he can handle pitchers and he can throw out base runners. If they can get a good solid 250 batting average with some production out of Joe Girardi, everyone will be pleased.
2-0 Tatum's the runner at first, and Girardi with a 2-1 count. And the throw to first, and he got him. So Tatum is picked off at first. And after 2, the Giants lead 1-0.
Hey, want to taste a couple of beers?
Sure. You bet.
So which do you prefer?
This one. That's a beer.
Here's Budweiser, and this is Coors Extra Gold.
Oh, whoa!
What if I told you Coors Extra Gold was brewed far longer than Bud?
No idea.
70% longer.
I guess there's surprises all the time.
Slow brewed for that real beer flavor and color, the way beer was meant to be, which may be why 58% of Bud drinkers prefer Coors Extra Gold.
Be 90%.
Coors Extra Gold. If you're missing real taste, beer is back.
Incredible. These are awesome facts.
Mark and my relationship goes way past business. I'm sure in a previous life he and I were twin brothers. Throughout the race, the driver and crew chief communicate. The driver complains about the car or brags about the car. It's the crew chief's job on pit stops to make whatever fixes he can to help the driver's predicament. Everyone has about the same access to equipment and technology, but the people who rub on it the most and think the most of it and think about it the most will end up winning the race.
We move now to the top of the 3rd inning. The Giants 1 run on 3 hits. The Rockies no runs on 1 hit. And for San Francisco, it'll be the top of the order. David Need threw 18 pitches in the 1st inning, 21 in the 2nd inning. He's scheduled to throw either 45 pitches or go 3 innings. And I'm sure would like to get an at-bat. I have a feeling that he may just stay in this inning if it doesn't get too far away from him, and then stay to hit.
Yeah, I don't know how close Larry Bernarth and Don Baylor will stick to that 45. I think, you know, if he has to throw 48 or 50, they might let him do that.
All right, here's Willie McGee. He scored the only run of the ball game, and he opened the top of the 1st with a triple to left center. Squares to bunt and fouls it back.
Now, the one thing about McGee is he hasn't ever had the bunt in his repertoire as an offensive player. A lot of infield hits, but not many of them came while he was bunting.
And this, of course, is what spring training is all about. And in the stands, a pretty lady there. That's Melissa Murray. She and David Need are set the date. Fiancé.
October
15th.
That's right.
Unless, as they said last night, unless we're in the playoffs. If we're in the playoffs, well, she said, I don't mind if we're in the playoffs. We'll postpone it. I love it.
We'll push it back.
Yes, nice to be young. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Willie McGee. Off of the glove of Need. And the shortstop Benavides throws him out. And we have 1 away. And that'll bring up Darren Lewis.
This is 1-6-3 on the putout. You give the pitcher, believe it or not, an assist on this. Slows it down for Benavides. He throws on the run, and a half a step gets Willie McGee.
And here is Darren Lewis. He struck out on an 0-2 pitch in the top of the first. And Need comes inside for ball 1.
There's Larry Bernarth. In front, Don Zimmer. Bernarth with the sunglasses, watching David Need very carefully.
2-0.
Well, for Larry Bernarth, all of the pitchers that he has in camp, well, they're all very special, and it's almost like family for the pitching coach. And the thing that's hardest for coaches, Charlie, is it's like they're part of every pitch. So David Need will be through, but Larry Bernarth won't be. He'll be out there with Lance Painter next.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. And it's a called strike. Hey, Rockies fans, Domino's and the Colorado Rockies have teamed up to offer you a Rockies pizza special for only $9.99. Every time you order a large 1-item pizza. Here's the pitch. And the shortstop throws him out. We've got 2 away. Every time you order a large 1-item pizza, Domino's donates a portion of each sale.
On every pitch that David Need has thrown to him. Watch the swing. I'm sure you folks have seen it many times. It is classic. Watch the way he distributes his weight. Stiff front foot, and then the follow through. He'll go in the clubhouse, write everything down, so that when he faces David Need again, he'll go back and look at his notes.
And the hitter is Matt Williams. 2 away. Clark is at first. And strike 1. Did you do that?
I did not, and not enough players do it. It's a great thing to do. Not enough players take enough time.
What about for youngsters that are watching?
Oh, it's a tremendous tool if you can discipline yourself to do it after the game.
Strike 2.
I can go up to Will Clark right now and mention an at-bat to him from last year, and he will give me the entire sequence of pitches right off the top of his head. That's the type of studying and the type of memory he has. Tell you what, though, you know Will Clark is a guy that has been in this league quite a while. When he was a rookie, right out of college, he walked into big league spring training in Scottsdale. And the first thing the veteran players did while he was on the field is they took his cowboy boots and spray painted them orange.
Need goes to first. Scheduled for 3 innings or 45 pitches. He's thrown 51 pitches, has 2 away and a runner aboard. And we're in the top of the 3rd.
So you paint your boots orange, and then you watch to see how the youngster reacts. And he reacted properly. Mike Krukow purchased a pair of new boots for him the next day.
Love it. The It's all in how you handle yourself.
And
it's so important.
The veterans will test you. If you handle it properly, you got a good chance of being part of the group. If not, they will wear you down so that you do become part of the group.
It'll be a lonely summer.
Oh.
Yes. 0-2 the count at the plate with 2 away. And he fouls it back off of the end of the bat.
No, I think Donnie Baylor and Larry Bernard stretching it just a little bit for David Need. And they're being a little flexible with the number of pitches. I like him in my corner, Larry Bernard.
The Bear.
Yes, sir.
And he strikes him out. That is the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for David Need. No runs on a hit, a man left. We're in the middle of the 3rd, and the Giants lead it 1-0.